Hello everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome to my channel, Maggie XX Tarot. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for your continued support. And to my new subscribers, a big welcome to my little YouTube family here. So this little reading is going to be a short and sweet reading on the energy of the chakras. And we do have divine feminine energy within us, and we also have divine masculine. Okay, so take it as it resonates with this reading today. Okay, so this reading can be vice versa, interchangeable. It can be divine masculine, divine feminine, or divine feminine, divine masculine. Also with your chakras, I don't think it makes a difference really. Okay, I just brought the divine feminine and masculine out because we have that within all of us. We have both energies. So let's see how this reading is going to go. So in a simplistic point, these are the 7 chakras. They're very basic, but they're not the only chakra and energy points that we do have within our bodies. Okay, but these are the 7 points in a nutshell that we're going to be talking about today for your Virgo. Okay, so chakras simplistically means the wheel. So there are energy points within the body that flows, and when there is an energy blockage, it simply means that something with the energy is preventing or misdirecting the flow. Okay, so today let's focus on the blockages rather than sort of the underactive rather than the overactive. Okay, and see which chakras you need to be working on today, if that's okay with you guys. So without further ado, and also we're going to be using, we'll see which main area we're dealing with. Well, work, love, money. And also we'll pick you a day of a month here, okay, and see where this blockage is perhaps stemmed from or how it's happened. Okay, now this is for Virgo, spirit for Virgo, all our lovely Virgo tribe out there. Now this is my opinion, guys, and it's not, a lot of you may disagree. If it doesn't relate to you, it's not your story, then switch off. Okay, you don't have to watch, nobody's forcing you. All right, so if it's not something you feel within you that's your chakra that is blocked, or you don't feel any of the energies that I'm talking about, then it's not for you. Okay, your chakras might be okay. Let's just move this candle over here. That's a bit better with the lighting. Okay, let's put the divine masculine and feminine together. What chakras does Virgo need to work with? Right, okay, so we've got third eye. All right, and heart had twisted, but I want to put that back in to see if it actually goes twist again. Third eye. You're not seeing the bigger picture, Virgo, with something, not trusting your intuition. Okay, stop there. Heart chakra, beautiful heart chakra. Okay. Bottom of the thing was the, what was the bottom? Hang on. The throat chakra. I think most Virgos have no trouble expressing themselves. If I do sneeze, I do apologise. I've got a bit of a cold, so I apologise in advance, guys. Okay. Right, so let's go to your heart chakra first. Now these follow in sync, which is strange because you saw me shuffling them, right? So the heart, and then it's your throat chakra, so something upper, the upper end of the here. Let's go to this one first. So your heart chakra is love, your ability to give and receive love to and from others. So and it's about how much compassion we have, okay, and forgiveness to freely flow within us and around us, okay. This card says about the heart blossoming like a flower. So if you sort of get hurt, I guess that would seize, that would close over, all right, and get blocked, all right. So if the chakra is blocked, it's because we have put others first, sometimes to the detriment of ourselves. Often Virgo, I think you can be a bit of a people pleaser, right? And I don't think you draw enough, I'll be honest with you, healthy boundaries. All right. So some of you, Virgos, are very, very capable of speaking your truth, drawing boundaries, etc. But you go from one extreme with Virgo to the other, where the other's more of a people pleaser. All right, wants to do the right thing, puts people first before themselves. Okay, to the detriment, obviously, of themselves. So I feel with this, that's talking about not producing healthy boundaries, and this can be work, love, life. All right, with any type of relationship, family. Often with that, if the heart chakra is blocked, and it's because we've maybe been hurt in the past relationship for love, because it's a heart here, and and we often close up to other people coming back in, or other people wanting to show us love. If it's it reminds me a bit of the Queen of Swords energy. We become sort of hardened on the outside, but really soft and gentle within. Okay, so the hurt and pain from something that's happened to you in the past that's not been released, we can hold it here within the heart. All right. We're not as open to receiving love if this isn't healed, is what I want to say to you guys. All right, remember, to heal this blocked chakra, you need to go within. Well, I keep saying need, but it's entirely up to you. You can go within to find that inner peace, to heal that blocked energy, whatever scar it is, heal it, and then release it. So then it's not going to reflect outwardly, whereas you may be quite hardened on the outside, quite looking more hardened than you actually are, because you're quite soft and gentle inside, but on the outside I feel you come across as being more of a Queen of Swords energy more than a Queen of Cups energy, and you've got a very, very gentle, loving side to you that not a lot of people, unless they get to know you, would really, really see that, because the hurt and the scars and the wounds are still sort of being held there. All right, so maybe you don't love yourself enough, you don't feel worthy of love, or you don't feel you attract that sort of unconditional love that you feel perhaps you deserve towards yourself. But like I said, that's just the one thing, in my opinion, that can be causing this blocked chakra. It could be somebody from family that's hurt you. It could be somebody at work, colleague or relationship that's hurt you, or somebody's done something and you're just holding on to that energy, and that needs to be removed. Often I feel with that heart chakra, so some of the crystals, you can have a clear quartz crystal actually to work with, or jade crystal can help you with unblocking that, or aquamarine. Sorry, I've got my tissue again, excuse me. Apologise for the sneeze, I'm terrible. I've got a box of tissues over here. So sorry about that. So yeah, heart chakra, rose quartz, jade, or green calcite. All right, I might do a follow-on reading with how to get the energy flowing properly, or you may just want to go and sort of take a look at that yourself with just research. Really, it's entirely up to you. Also, third eye. Now that shocks me for some of you, because the Virgos are all very intuitive, and you're all very spiritual. Well, you don't have to be, but with it being the third eye, that's usually, they say your eyes are the window to your soul, okay? And a lot of us don't trust the nudges that this gives you, okay? And we ignore our intuition. So a lot of people say go within so you don't go without, or trust your intuition as though it's your best counsel, which is what I would say, okay? This is a direct line to how we perceive things, all right? Our intuition, our wisdom, okay? Also, if you see here, being a nurse, I'm not giving you nursing advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical person, but this is the pituitary gland that's linked to. And pituitary gland governs nervous and neurological functions, okay? So for some of you, you may at this time actually be having a lot of intuitive dreams, okay? But if this is blocked, you're blocking these dreams, these intuition, your inner wisdom. You're blocking that, and that then comes across as being really a lot of sensation in that area. Something being in your life you feel is being stagnated, that it's not moving forward, and it could be well to do with this block we have here. You know, this ability to love and be worthy of love and show affection and have somebody come towards you with unconditional love, because there's a block here in how you're perceiving that coming to you, if you understand what I'm saying. But that can really, really heighten delusions, I have to say. Delusions. And how you're experiencing something within your life if that's blocked. And you're not listening to this beautiful, beautiful cosmic advice you're getting from your guides, your ancestors, or even your inner child here. Because you're so focused on the past hurt here with the heart, okay? This unconditional, I feel you don't feel it. There's enough unconditional love towards you, or worthy of love, or you've not loved yourself. You've not loved yourself. That's it. That's it, Spirit. Not loved yourselves enough. Focusing on everybody else's happiness, focusing on everybody else's being a people pleaser, not drawing boundaries, not listening to your intuition. Yeah. You are being, in a way, your own worst enemy, I have to say. This is how I feel, and I feel the potential around you is unconditional love, but you're not letting it in because you've got a block here and you've got a block here. Maybe people around you are seeing that, but you are not seeing that because you've got two blocks of your chakras. Very, very profound when these get blocked like that. And your eyes are the window to your soul. So if you've got a block in your third eye, right, other than your other two eyes, you're not seeing or even listening to your inner wisdom and guidance and trust in it. Yeah, so this is quite... Anyway, with some of the little crystals that may help you with that would be, like I said, with the heart chakra, I've already said, you know, rose quartz, jade, or orange calcite. And your third eye, purple fluorite is a good one, amethyst is a good one, and or let me think, black obsidian can be good as well, although that's usually a grounding stone or crystal, just whatever resonates with you to help unblock this. My suggestion would be to actually do some form of meditation or some form of you see these videos where you can do a guided meditation to unblocking these two areas, specifically these two areas. You may think these two areas are open, but I don't feel they are for a lot of Virgos out there, because you're so focused on being a people pleaser that you're not focused on healthy boundaries. And you need to go within. You need to go within. So to reflect, so it's a reflection of what's going on with you outwardly, okay? You need to go within, guys. All right, so let's have a look and see what sparked this for you. We're going to get a month here, so we've got all the different months. Why has this happened to Virgo? What month did this sort of happen to Virgo? It's not going to relate to every Virgo out there. It's only going to relate to some of you. So don't you? That's not what that means in the comments. Or right, this 2 have dropped. Wow, July and August. With a heart chakra, it's July and August this has happened. What about this block in the third eye? December. That's not happened yet. Oh my gosh. Alright. Now, let's see where it's related. Okay, marriage, happiness, career, wealth. So what about this heart chakra? When was that block? Now, there's another one in there that's a star that wasn't supposed to be in there. It's a different colour, as you see. But I've kind of left it in there because it was obviously wanting to stay. Okay. Yeah, love. Can you believe that? Look. Something happened in July and August to do with love that's created a block. Doesn't matter what year it's created a block. July and August. Something in December, be careful that it's not, or it may have happened last December, or it's going to happen this December. Maybe it's going to open this third eye. Alright, let's have a look. What's that related to? Ooh, wow, wealth. Okay, so now some of you, because you're not going within with this third eye and you're not listening to your own intuition, you could be blocking your own abundance in December. Do you see what's happening here? Block something in love in July and August, and now you've blocked something in December for your abundance. Or you've got an ability now and an opportunity to realign your chakras, realign that balance and energy, and perhaps this is going to bring in this abundance in December because your third eye is going to be opened. The eye to the soul. You're going to start trusting those nudges. You're going to start trusting those instincts. Because this, in December, that's not been yet, that could be love and wealth. Look at that. If you try to line these, the heart and the third eye, you're going to have love and abundance come in. That can be read 2 ways. Something happened in July and August that caused this in the love, and something has happened in a December that obstructed the wealth, happened to you, that blocked your abundance. Or it's going to be given another opportunity for you to fix that this year. So we're 2023 in this reading, Virgo. Okay, so this is for 2023. So something this year in August, July and August, happened to block the heart, and something in December, maybe in the December 2022, that blocked abundance here. Excuse me. Either way, please let me know in the comments if this has happened to you or this is what's coming in. But you have got an opportunity in December to let a lot of abundance in here. Virgos, look at that. Get working on that third eye. Get working on the third eye, guys. It's bringing in that money. That's what we need. That's what makes life. That's what pays the bills. All right. I feel I want to pick another one of these for you. So what else for this December? There's only about 5 or 6 cards. Yes, it's to do with career. Something, wow, something's happening within your career here. Come December, woof, the money's pouring in. Some sort of opportunity, maybe. I get a business opportunity. Okay, somebody's coming with some sort of opportunity for you guys. Wow. All right then. Well, that's what I get for you guys, my lovely Virgos. You know I love my Virgos, right? So, love and the money. Wow. Okay. Some of you, not only you're going to have love, you are going to have abundance, you are going to have a fruitful career, and you are going to have all of that. December. Now this is supposed to be about realigning your chakras and A, B, C and D, but we've went on to talking about career and abundance as well for you guys. Wow, okay. Well, let me know how that resonates for you and how that turns out, okay? Obviously, that won't resonate with everybody. I keep saying that time and time again. This is just my opinion of chakras. Everybody else's opinion is going to be different, but this is the way I view my chakra points, okay? And like I said, there's loads of other chakra points. I mean, we'd be here all day if we talked about the star chakra and, you know, all these other sort of layers that we do have to the outside of the body here, okay? Well, Virgos, I do wish you the best with all of that, because I feel, yeah, love, money, what was that? Money, August and July for the love, December for the wealth and career. Yeah. Wow, that's wealth. That means wealth. That doesn't mean little coin. That's big coins there. Alright, my lovely Virgos. Well, that was just, I think it's about 10-minute reading. You know, obviously we can sit and talk about chakras all bloody day, but, oh, excuse my French. And go into, you know, obviously I talked about just very, very lightly about the blockages for some of them, but also I talked very, very much about, I've not went into how it affects you when it's overactive. You know, I just spoke about some of the little issues that can be caused if it's underactive. Okay, so get that heart open, get that third eye open, listen to those dreams. Some of you need to get a little dream journal for some of you, and yeah, definitely get yourself a little rose quartz for your heart, or an aquamarine stone for your, well, amethyst, sorry, for your third eye, which is I love to use. So I hope that helps anyway. Anyway, enjoy your day, guys and gals, wherever you are. Excuse this big jumper. I was waiting to lean over the candle in case my jumper's got these big bat wings, in case I set fire to myself there. Anyway, enjoy your day, your morning, your afternoon or your evening, depending where you are in the world, and I will catch you next time. If you do like that video, this is a new channel, and give me a little thumbs up. If I remember to put the buttons on, if you still want to give us a thumbs up, it still registers, guys. It still registers, okay? Anyway, take care, and I will catch you Virgos next time. Bye bye. Hello and welcome to my channel, Maggie XX Tarot. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well. Well, a big hello to all of my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your continued support, and also to my new subscribers, a big thumbs up to you guys. Okay, so today is going to be a little short and sweet chakra. What chakras do you need to work with today? And for those of you that don't know what a chakra is, okay, it simplistically means that it's an energy point within the body, okay? So we have 7 main chakras that we work with, and these are what I'm going to be shuffling today. However, these are not the only, okay, chakra points that we do have within the body, but it would take too long to go over all of them. So the chakra basically means energy, okay? It's a wheel, and when there is a block in that wheel, okay, a blockage simply means something is preventing or redirecting that energy, okay? So the flow isn't consistent, okay? So today I'm going to focus on the blockages and not on so it's underactive, as not as opposed to what happens when it's overactive. All right, and please remember, everybody, this is just literally my viewpoint, okay? What I feel is the chakra points and things like that, and it's not maybe what other people think, so bear that in mind. And also we're going to be taking a situation that these 2 chakras, what could potentially block them. So I have career, love, marriage, happiness, something like that, and I also have the days of the month. So let's see what days of the month this could potentially happen. Now, we also have divine feminine and divine masculine out here because we have both with energies within us. So we need to bear that in mind when doing this little reading today. So let's focus on the 7 chakras here without further ado. Okay, I'm going to move the candle out of the way. She's a bit wonky-docky. All right. So this is going to be for Taurus. Hello, Taurus. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So let's have a look now. Let's see. This will resonate with some of you. It's not going to resonate with all of you, and that's okay. But we'll just have a quick look-ski. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know regarding their chakra points for today? What does Taurus need to know? Chakras are unaligned. Third eye. I'm going to do that again, and the reason is I think that came from one to the other, to the other, to the other. So I'm going to redo that. Spirit, was third eye supposed to come out for Taurus? Or was I just spilling that energy over the previous reading? This is Taurus. 1, 2, 3. Yes, third eye for you as well, Taurus. A lot of people have been getting that. Let's see what else Spirit wants to stop. Oh, that is sacral and root. So I don't know which one I was supposed to take. Which one, Spirit? We'll do that again. Oh my goodness, Taurus. We're getting in a right pickle with your reading. Okay. Third eye chakra. This is for Taurus, guys. Top. Ooh, throat chakra. That's surprising for Taurians. Bottom of the deck was sacral. Taurians don't usually have an issue with the throat chakra or the third eye because they're usually quite intuitive, actually. So that's quite surprising. Okay, actually, your throat chakra comes before. No, the third eye comes before the throat. So we'll do the third eye first. Look at this beautiful energy here. So for whoever I'm speaking to today, you're having a little block here in your eye. The third eye is what I would call the window to the soul. Okay, up here is where your intuition, your dreams, where your inner wisdom lies. Okay, so when I get this, I always think it's to do with the ability to see the bigger picture. I actually have the cold just now, so I apologise if I cough or sneeze. The ability to see the bigger picture, all right? So this is a direct line to your perception here. So with the third eye being blocked and then going down to the throat chakra, it's the ability to what you're perceiving before you say it. This is linked to your pituitary glands, okay, and it can be governed by the nervous system. So for some of you, you may be having, I'm not saying, I'm not a fully qualified doctor, so please get medical advice if you need it, okay? But just as a nurse, I do know that that governs the neurological function. So a lot of you, if that is blocked, some of you may be having a lot of insomnia with the third eye being blocked there, vivid dreams. But if it's severely blocked, then you can have a lot of delusional dreams, okay? That's not actually reality, is what I want to say, okay? Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying you're delusional and whatever you're thinking. I'm just saying that can happen if you have a blocked third eye, okay? And it comes out with the blocked throat chakra as not really saying things in the way that you would want to say them. I'm just going to move my seat across a bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So some of you may experience a loss of direction in your life, or something that you're waiting for is being stagnated, is the instinct I want to get and say. Or if it's blocked, Taurus, you're not trusting your intuition or your inner guidance, because this is the eyes of the window to your soul. The third eye is the exact same, linking you to your intuition and your inner wisdom. Yeah. So I would suggest with this to keep a dream journal, because if this is blocked, you might realise that by experience sort of an altered perception of things, or experiencing these delusional dreams, or just having a sort of blockage and not getting any intuitive messages, or something just seems stagnated within your life that's not moving fast enough. And it's because perhaps you're not listening to your instincts, your intuition and your wisdom. So I think with the throat chakra as well, this, with the third eye, what you're expressing and what you're trying to express and communicate with others, you're finding it hard with this and this being blocked to find the right words, to speak your truth on an individual basis. It could be work, it could be love, it could be life. We'll have a look in a minute. So you're not expressing to those around you possibly what you do want to express, right? Yeah, believe it or not, if that's blocked, we often have a lack of ability to listen as well. Okay. That will be for some of you and not all of you. We're not verbalizing what you want to say, Taurus. If you need to speak your truth on some matter, for example, if the throat chakra is blocked, people think, oh, they can't talk. They can't talk about this. They can't A, B, C, and D. But if it's, like I said in the beginning, if it's an underactive, it can be blocked and it causes that. But the same token, if that's overactive, you actually speak non-stop. It has the other reversal effect, which a lot of people might not like. They might not like around you just saying, okay. And it can also make you a bit verbally aggressive for some of you. And also not really being yourself, I want to say, is my instinct here. Not, for some of you, speaking up for yourself, being insecure. You're not speaking up for yourselves, or you're not speaking up for others, or somebody is not hearing you correctly with something that you're trying to say, is what I want to say, because they're not listening, they're closed off. It could be love, it could be work, somebody at work. There's something you're trying to express, Taurus, and the person just cannot hear you. And you've tried everything to get this person to actually listen, okay, in a non-aggressive manner to what you've got to say, is what I want to say. So it's like you feel when that's blocked that you're not being listened to. You can't self-express yourself properly, or not finding the right words. And somebody else has got a lack of ability to listen here. Yeah. But then are you trusting the nudges that you're getting from the universe? Yeah. Are you coming? Sorry, I need the tissue. Yeah. I apologise, Taurus. Are you coming from a place of ego here and not from a soul energy? Yeah. You need to come from a place, because you are a channel. Some of you might be mediums, some of you might be on social media, some of you may have a channel, or just when you're speaking, and it's, if you know it's blocked, because you're talking from an egotistical way and not from sincerity. Okay, and you're definitely, with that being blocked, not listening to the intuition. You're not listening to that. You're not trusting because it's blocked. Yeah, I think, I don't know where I get this affirmation from, but I just got, you need to speak this to yourself. I am being me. I am speaking up for myself, and others can hear me. Do you hear me, Taurus? I am being me. I am speaking up for myself, and others can hear me. All right? Yeah, if somebody won't listen, you've got to find that way to make them listen, is what I want to say with that. All right, Taurus, let's get where this came from. What is it linked to? Because for me, it looks very much like, with these being blocked, you can actually do a self-meditation thing to help you with a channeled somebody talking you through how to meditate. You might do this yourself anyway, or you can just do your research on the internet and that'll show you, or you can wait for me to do another video on how to unblock all the chakras in a sort of guided meditation, is what I want to say. Right, so what part was this throat chakra block? What caused this blockage there? Something to do with money. Yeah, I got that lack of ability to be speaking up for yourself, and wealth is coming into it. Something's blocked to do with your money, or somebody, yeah, something to do with money. What about this third eye, guys? Yeah, money and love, absolutely. So when did this happen? Which month? These are the months. Which month did this throat chakra? When did that happen? Spirit, when did that happen? Oh, this has happened September, guys, for you, Taurus. And what about this love? Was that September as well, or has this just happened? Okay. Yeah. For love, something's happened. Taurus, look at this. Something happened to do with your money in September. All right. And this has been, excuse me, where you've felt that you need this affirmation Spirit's given me about, I am being me, I'm speaking up for myself, and others can hear me. So this has possibly been a work situation. It can just be life in general. And this is the chakra that has blocked, with you feeling that you're not being heard. But it's something to do with the money there that's blocked up. Somebody may be taking money, or you're not getting enough money, or another person wants your money. I don't know. But in December coming up, yeah. Excuse me, with the third eye, you're gonna either, if you clear this, for example, I said how if it's blocked, you can't see the bigger picture and you can't visualize and connect to your intuition. Eyes being the window of the soul. If you clear that and reconnect, then you're going to have reconnection perhaps to love, or that could have been the disconnect in the first place. You're going to sleep better. You're going to have what's the word? Prolific. You know, when you prophesize, you'll get these prophetic. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Dreams, okay, and signs from Spirit. If you will cleanse that and release and get that chakra and the other one in alignment again. Okay, you're going to have a lot more downloads. You're going to get a lot more intuitive messages and wisdom given to you from Spirit if you don't already. Okay, but right now I feel with the third eye and the throat being blocked September to December, it's around money and around love, and the realigning them, it will be very easy to do, okay, but you are the one that's going to have to put the work into doing that, Taurus. All right, you're going to have to just because I do feel if you don't realign this with the third eye, that is affecting your nervous system quite badly, and you know, because that can have an impact on your body, is what I say. Like, I'm putting a disclaimer on there because I'm not a doctor, but I do know what governs what because I am a nurse. So that's going to affect you eventually if you don't realign them, not in a terrible way. So anyway, what sort of crystals do we want to know about? So with the third eye, I always use amethyst. It's got to be my favourite stone, everybody. Amethyst is great for everything. And also when we're talking about the lack of ability to be able to sleep, then amethyst, a little stone, underneath your pillow will help you sleep greatly, okay, with that third eye. Okay, purple fluorite or black obsidian as well. And that's a very protective stone for your third eye. Okay, now with the throat chakra, lapis lazuli, turquoise or aquamarine can help with that. Just little, don't have to be massive big crystals, you know, from flamboyant things. It just has to be a little tiny little stone. You can get them out of any new age shop, and that will assist you if you're combining that with some form of guided meditation to clear those blockages. All right, guys, well, that's your little short and sweet reading. Okay, another little short and sweet reading, but this is shorter than the last one. So I hope that made sense to some of you. If it did, please put a little thumbs up for me. This is a new channel I'm trying to get off the ground, and you guys have been great with your subscriptions and your likes, and I appreciate I forgot to put my buttons on, but it still registers. It still registers, guys, okay? So that's what I get for you guys. Work on that, because I don't want to see anybody with an affected neurological system. Stress is an ultimate, excuse me, sorry, stress really is an ultimate killer. It really, really is an ultimate killer, and it does affect every single part of your body and everything. So chakras are not just a spiritual thing, it's a physical thing within your body, and it's something that you do need to realign. Where was those cards? What was on the bottom, did we say? You had sacral chakra on the bottom of the deck there, so yeah, vibrant expression, if that's what we're talking about. Okay, with the throat chakra in your third eye. All right, my lovelies, hope that made sense. Anyway, I will talk to you next time on the next video. Take care. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are in the world. Take care, my lovelies. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to my channel, Maggie XX Tarot. How are you all? For all my new subscribers, welcome, and I'm very happy for you to be here. And for my old subscribers, thank you very much for your continued support. So today is going to be a little short and sweet chakra reading for you guys. Now, I'll explain what that means in a minute. So basically, this is my opinion, and it's open to interpretation, all right? So don't have anybody screaming at me in the comments box that this is not what chakras are. This is my opinion of what they are, and I'm sort of sticking to it, okay? So today I brought out my divine feminine and my divine masculine card, because we have both energies within all of us. It's not just we have feminine energies, we have masculine and feminine, okay? So this is going to be a little reading for Capricorn, okay, Capricorn. And for those of you that don't know what chakras are, they are simply it's simultaneous turning of a wheel within your body, okay? It's energy points within the body that flow, and when their energy is blocked, it simply means that that energy, something is wrong with that energy and preventing it from going around in succession, okay? So sometimes this flow can cause blockages, and it's sort of what's called underactive, and as opposed to overactive. So what we're going to focus on today, let me move the candle out of the way, is the blockages. We're not going to talk about every chakra, we're only going to be talking about these 7 main chakras here, okay? The crown chakra right down to the root chakra. We're going to see which ones you, Capricorn, are actually blocked with, and we'll see what we get for you guys, okay? So let's have a little look. If I sneeze in between, I do apologise. I have a bit of a sniffle, which is not great when you're on camera trying to do a reading, however. So let's have a little look and see what we get for Capricorn. I'm also going to be using the days of the week. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. to see what days of the week's been affected for you with whatever cards we pull. And also whether it's career, love, marriage, your wealth, whatever's caused the blockage in the first place, okay? So, I don't know why that one's got in there. There's a couple not supposed to be in there, but never mind. Alright, so these are lovely cards by Hattie Thorne, and I've put her link in down below, should you wish to have those. Right, Spirit, this is Capricorn. Capricorn. What chakras do Capricorn need to work on? I want you to see me shuffling and for Spirit to help. Stop there. The first one, sacral. A lot of people have got sacral chakra blockages. I'm doing that again because I think that's spilled over for the last one. I'll keep that one. This is for Capricorn, Spirit. 2 more shuffles. 1, 2. And that's, no, I was going to start this again for Capricorn. I'm sorry, Spirit. Hold on a second. So, this is let me just give them a quick shuffle. These are coming over from the first reading and the second, so maybe there's a lot of you out there that do have these blockages. If it comes out again, we'll take it. Capricorn, crown chakra. If the sacral chakra comes out again, we will keep it. Sacral chakra, so it was meant to come out. I beg your pardon. Okay, so let's go to this crown. Wow. So as you can see with this blue, beautiful purple energy here, the crown chakra is sort of, you can get downloads, psychic downloads this way, but also it transmutes energies that no longer serve us in life, okay? It's what serves you and what doesn't serve you, and it's your connection to divinity, all right? A lot of people focus on that when they are actually meditating, which is a good way to actually clear a blockage. So if this chakra is sort of blocked, it can cause a little bit of a disconnect, I feel, from Spirit. Can you see that? Is the candle still? Let me move that over there. It's not quite lighting. Better over here. Okay. So some of you may feel a bit of a disconnect from Spirit at the minute. This card says it transcends the boundaries of material world and invites wisdom and universal consciousness to embrace your role as a channel. Some of you may be mediums, you may be tarot readers, you could well be spiritualist in some way, but if this is blocked, it does tend to disconnect you from Spirit, and you can end up a little bit close-minded, okay, which isn't always a good thing. And also it gives you a bit of misunderstanding of your soul's sort of purpose, I would feel, because you don't have that link to Spirit to give you those downloads, to give you those spiritual intuition, inner wisdom, you know. So this controls your calmness and your peacefulness as well. So if that's blocked, some of you may not be feeling very calm, you may not be feeling very peaceful at the moment, and that is what I feel with that, because when we go into meditation, this is one of the main crowns that we focus on. We either focus on the chakras at the base, or we focus on the top chakra, which is the crown, where we transmute the energies that come in and release them, or we bring in spiritual downloads, okay? Excuse me. It's also, funnily enough, is sort of linked to our experience as a channel. So you could get, if that's blocked, you could get some downloads that are not actually correct, that isn't from divine light and love, okay? That's how I feel with that. So I think blocked with that, you're more in your headspace than you are actually in a spiritual sort of connection and energies that are coming from spirit, I feel, with that. And that combined with the sacral chakra is also women's fertility. It could be your abundance, your ambition. It's your sexual desires, your passions. So there's some sort of disconnect here where your head out, disconnecting from the heart and disconnecting from spirit, and your desires for passion and what you feel passionate about. Okay, so maybe some of you feel passionate about working with spirit and working with these downloads and working with all the intuitive messages that you get and your inner wisdom and intuition. But if that's blocked, it acts as a reverse of that. This is the divine feminine card here with, like I said, with your passions and what you do feel passionate about. It also governs emotions. So when this is blocked, a lot of feminists can have reproductive issues. They can be disconnected from their emotions and be quite stern. It's not a great feeling of well-being, to be honest. And I feel some of you look after yourself you don't look after yourself as much as you should. Your self-love and self-care, I've been telling somebody else that, I think it was Aries, self-love and self-care becomes secondary. And if you've got children, then obviously they will come first. But a lot of your needs with this being blocked are being put secondary, and you're not looking after you, Capricorn. And it's very, very important that you do that. So if you're looking after you, you can look after others as well. A lot of people that do have a blocked chakra here, just how they perceive what's being said to them in a receptive way, because it's blocked, is not actually correct, right? So somebody can be saying something to you in one way and they didn't mean it in a different way, but you've perceived that in that way. You know, say you're having an argument with somebody, maybe they've said something and it's really affected you. Okay, a lot of you may well be trying to get pregnant with this chakra being blocked. So perhaps, I know it sounds a bit silly, but sometimes if your chakras are out of alignment, it's not helping either. I'm not saying that's the main reason, but certainly looking at all sort of alternative energy sort of things and situation would be beneficial if that's something you're doing. But also, this is very, very predominant that you need to look after yourself. That's lacking. Excuse me. It's very important, very, very important. So some of you, I've just dropped all the cards down here. Oops, sorry. Some of you need to affirm with this that you treat your own self-care with the blocked chakra, sacral chakra, as a priority, okay? And remain connected. You can remain connected to family and community and all your endeavours, but also affirm, I treat my own self-care as a priority, Capricorn. I treat my own self-care as a priority in all of my endeavours, okay? And with this one, it's just a case of affirming that you are at one with spirit and that you embrace your role as a channel. So not only do you need to put yourself first with the blocked sacral chakra, but you need to affirm that you are at one with spirit and that you embrace embrace being a channel for some of you, really. So if you're not going to do meditation, there is ways that you can go into a guided meditation to unlock these chakras specifically. There's lots on YouTube with that. Or you can just simply sit and just align the colours to that particular area, which is your sacral here and your crown. So the crown chakra is very much purple, okay? And a good gemstone to you would be clear quartz for the crown chakra to help you if you get a little tiny gemstone or crystal. And with the solar plexus, sacral chakra, sorry, any form of orange stone will help with the sacral chakra. You know, you could get a orange calcite, or you could have carnelian, and it's particularly if it's like, because it's the divine feminine area, your fertility and your sexuality and your passion, then I feel moonstone is a good stone, if you, a crystal, if you're trying to get pregnant there. Okay, it's also your creativity area. So some of you may be trying to create something, not just life, but you might be trying to create an idea, a business idea, or some other endeavor. And because that's blocked, it's blocking your creative side, your your ability to have vibrant expression there. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly shuffle, find out where the crown chakra, what is the crown chakra, why is that blocked, what's caused that. It's something to do with your happiness there that got blocked, and the sacral, wealth. Yeah, some of you may not have the money to do, I don't know, IVF, I want to say, fertility treatment. 2 cards. Yeah, something happens in September with the crown chakra. February is going to be a change for you with wealth there. Possibly something happened in August. Right, let me see. So the blocking the crown chakra and this disconnect may have happened in September. I'm just saying, for some of you that is not going to resonate with everybody, or it might not have happened. But if you feel some of the energies that I've been speaking about, then you know that this chakra, Capricorn, is definitely blocked. And if it's blocked, it may have started in September, and it's blocking happiness for you. Okay? And with it being next to the abundance and your sacral chakra, maybe the happiness would be children. Maybe the happiness is your happiness, you know, by focusing on everybody else all the time and not enough with you. But something to do with wealth in February. There's been a block there. Like I said, maybe some of you have not had enough to go after your own dreams. You're after your own endeavours, really, because you need to affirm, I treat my own self-care as a priority. Okay, I think to unblock these chakras for you, Capricorn, this month is going to be a very, very simple thing to do. Some of you carry clear quartz for the crown chakra, and for the sacral chakra, amber, because it's this beautiful orange colour here. And that's the colour to focus on when you're meditating on clearing those chakras, if that's something that you want to do. Now, everything I've said here is just a very, very short explanation of what this could potentially be. It's not the be-all and end-all. It's not set in stone. Okay, this is just what I've pulled here for the collective. All right, so I hope you get that sorted out with the crown chakra and the sacral chakra. Okay, focus on you, Capricorn. Stop focusing on everybody else. Okay, you need to look after you first and foremost, and then you can look after others. You can focus on this sacral energy. You can focus on these endeavors that you want to create. You know, the things that you feel passionate about, and even passion, you know, maybe children are getting in the way, you know, of passion. It's possible, anything's possible. Something's blocked these chakras anyway, and it's affecting your happiness. It's affecting your happiness. You don't want that, and it started September for some of you. It's going to end February. You've not got that long to wait, but something's coming in abundance, whether it's wealth, love, something you're working on creativity wise that's going to bring a lot of joy in for you, or something that's going to bring that vibrant expression is something that you're working on, and it's also going to bring in abundance. All right, so just know that you're going to be okay. Okay, work on these to increase that flow, to increase that getting rid of that blockage, and redirect it somewhere else. Okay, so that you can get that energy back into sync and bring in that abundance. Okay, and the reconnection to spirit. Okay, Capricorn, Well, that's what I get for you guys. I hope that little short makes sense, but it's because I've got a little bit of a cold today anyway. So some of my chakras are probably unaligned, you know. So yeah. Anyway, hope that makes sense to some of you. I hope you have a lovely morning, an afternoon, or an evening, depending where you are in the world. And I will catch you on the next one. I may do a video on how to align your chakras, or some little ways to meditate to align certain chakras. We'll see. So if you enjoyed that, please remember to give me a little thumbs up. It does help my channel to grow. Okay, guys and gals, till next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.